In the shadowed corners of a seemingly ordinary life where the battles of the past lay dormant, Nicole Pietz carved a path of resilience and recovery, only to vanish into the chilling embrace of an unresolved mystery. Born into the heart of Bellevue, Washington, Nicole's journey was one marked by fierce battles with addiction, fueled by a debilitating condition that haunted her from a young age. Yet her spirit, unbroken, soared towards recovery, painting a portrait of a woman reborn from the ashes of her struggles. As she wove her life back together, finding love and a semblance of normalcy, the fabric of her existence was cruelly torn apart. The sudden disappearance of Nicole Pietz sent ripples through the calm waters of her community, unfolding a story that would grip the heart with sorrow and the mind with intrigue. This documentary delves into the life of Nicole, her ascent from the depths of despair, and the mysterious silence that followed, a silence that speaks volumes, leaving us yearning for answers in the shadows of truth. Now, let's dive deeper into the fabric of Nicole's life, the battles she faced, and the shocking turn of events that led to her disappearance, setting the stage for a narrative filled with mystery, heartache, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Nicole Pitz's story is not just a tale of mystery and loss, it's a testament to the human spirit's resilience in the face of life's most harrowing challenges. Born on February 2, 1973, in Bellevue, King County, Washington, Nicole entered the world as the beacon of hope for her mother, Gail Ann Schneider, a single parent who navigated the turbulence of life with the grace of a seasoned pilot. The skies, however, were not always clear for Nicole. From her early years, she grappled with endometriosis, a condition that casts a shadow of chronic pain over the lives it touches. The battle lines were drawn early, and Nicole found herself in the throes of a war against pain, a war that introduced her to her first adversary, addiction. The road to addiction is paved with prescriptions written with the best intentions. For Nicole, medications meant to ease her pain became chains that bound her to a cycle of dependence. But Nicole's story is not one of defeat. It's a story of a phoenix rising from the ashes of its despair. Rehabilitation and meetings of Alcoholics Anonymous became her forge, where the chains of addiction were broken and remolded into wings of freedom. Nicole emerged not just as a survivor, but as a beacon of hope for those still navigating the darkness of their battles. In this new chapter of her life, Nicole's path crossed with David Pietz, a fellow employee at a local fitness club where she worked as a receptionist. Their connection was swift, a confluence of two lives on the brink of new beginnings. They married on the sands of Maui on April 2022, binding their futures together. The couple set down roots in Linwood, Washington, a stone's throw from the bustling heart of Seattle, a city Nicole adored for its vibrant culture and scenic beauty. Together, they embarked on a journey filled with love, challenges, and the everyday moments that weave the tapestry of a shared life. But life, as it often does, tested Nicole's resolve. Her battle with endometriosis continued, a relentless foe that shadowed her steps. Yet Nicole faced it with the same resilience and tenacity that defined her journey from addiction to recovery. She found solace in her work, her infectious laughter and penchant for light-hearted dances becoming her signature. Nicole's life, though marred by early struggles, blossomed in her marriage and career, painting a picture of triumph over adversity. However, the tranquility of Nicole and David's life together was shattered in January 2006. The disappearance of Nicole Pietz turned their world upside down, launching an exhaustive search that would uncover more questions than answers. The woman who had overcome so much, who had fought so fiercely for the life she wanted, vanished, leaving behind a community grappling with disbelief and a family desperate for answers. Nicole's story is a complex tapestry of joy, pain, love, and mystery. Her early battles with addiction and her triumphant recovery highlight the strength and vulnerability of the human spirit. Her marriage to David Pietz, filled with hope and shared dreams, stands as a testament to the belief in second chances. Yet, the sudden silence that followed her disappearance echoes with the pain of loss and the haunting question of what happened to Nicole Pietz. As we delve deeper into Nicole's life and the circumstances surrounding her vanishing, we seek not just answers, but also a way to honor her memory and the fight she fought so bravely. On a day that began like any other, the fabric of normalcy was torn asunder when Nicole Pietz, a woman whose life story was a beacon of resilience and hope, inexplicably vanished. It was January 26, a date that would forever be etched in the hearts of those who knew and loved Nicole. The day unfolded without any forewarning of the distressing mystery that would soon envelop Nicole's loved ones and perplex the authorities. Nicole, who had woven her routine around the threads of recovery and love, was expected to attend a meeting at Alcoholics Anonymous, a testament to her unwavering commitment to sobriety. However, as the clock ticked away, her absence became a growing concern. David Pietz, her husband, reported that the last glimpse he had of Nicole was of her asleep in their bed, a peaceful image now overshadowed by the tumult of her disappearance. He recounted his departure for work that morning, leaving Nicole in what he believed to be a restful slumber. As hours turned into a day without any word from Nicole, David's concern escalated into action. He reached out to friends and family, hoping for any clue that might lead to Nicole, but the silence was deafening. Nicole's characteristic diligence in staying connected with her loved ones made her sudden silence all the more alarming. The gravity of the situation prompted David to contact the police, initiating a search that would quickly broaden in scope and intensity. The response from the community and the authorities was immediate. The police launched an exhaustive search, piecing together Nicole's last known movements and reaching out to the public for any leads. Friends, family, and neighbors rallied together, a testament to the impact Nicole had on those around her. Search parties were organized, flyers were distributed, and the local media picked up the story, casting a wider net in the hope of finding Nicole. The community's solidarity was palpable, united by a shared purpose to unravel the mystery of Nicole's disappearance and bring her home. As the investigation deepened, the authorities discovered that Nicole's car, a crucial piece of the puzzle, was also missing. This discovery broadened the scope of the search and intensified the urgency to find Nicole. The absence of her car suggested a departure that morning, yet there was no trace of her arrival at her intended destination. This unsettling piece of evidence pointed to a disruption in Nicole's journey, a deviation from her planned path that fateful day. The initial search efforts, marked by a blend of hope and desperation, set the stage for an investigation that would span days, then weeks. The community's engagement, from the widespread distribution of flyers to the vigilant watch for Nicole's missing car, reflected a collective resolve to pierce the veil of mystery surrounding her disappearance. Each passing day added layers to the narrative, weaving a complex tapestry of questions, clues, and the unyielding hope for answers. Nicole's story, marked by her battles and triumphs, took a haunting turn on the day of her disappearance. The immediate actions taken by her husband, the swift response of the authorities, and the community's rallying support were all threads in a larger narrative, a narrative still yearning for resolution and justice. As we delve deeper into the investigation, we hold on to the hope that the truth will emerge from the shadows, shedding light on the fate of Nicole Pietz and offering solace to those who continue to seek answers in her memory. The investigation into Nicole Pietz's disappearance unraveled like a dark tapestry, revealing a grim pattern of clues that pointed towards a tragic conclusion. The discovery of Nicole's body in a dense thicket near Boren Airport, days after she was reported missing, marked a harrowing pivot from a case of disappearance to a homicide investigation. She was found devoid of clothing, her body bearing the silent testimony of the violence she had endured. The bruises that marred her visage and the contusions scattered across her body spoke of a brutal confrontation. Forensic analysis revealed deep bruising along her neck muscles and hemorrhaging in her eyes, indicating that Nicole had been strangled, a final act that extinguished a life once vibrant with resilience and hope. As detectives delved deeper, a chilling narrative began to emerge. Despite the lack of clothing, Nicole's feet were inexplicably clean, suggesting she hadn't walked to the site where she was found, but rather had been placed there post-mortem. Notably, her nighttime dental guard was still in place, an intimate detail that hinted at the timing of her death, likely in the early hours during sleep, contradicting any narrative that she had left home of her own volition that morning. David Pietz, Nicole's husband, quickly became a focal point of the investigation. His actions and demeanor in the wake of Nicole's disappearance raised questions. To the outside observer, David maintained a facade of concern, yet his lack of participation in the search efforts painted a contrasting picture. His narratives to the authorities were inconsistent, his recounting of the timeline leading up to Nicole's disappearance fraught with gaps and contradictions. Authorities meticulously retraced Nicole's last known movements, piecing together a timeline that contradicted David's account. Surveillance footage and financial transactions painted a picture of Nicole's final days, yet none aligned with David's version of events. The couple's troubled marriage, marked by financial strain and David's infidelities, surfaced during the investigation, shedding light on a tumultuous relationship that belied the outward appearance of normalcy. Forensic analysis of the couple's shared vehicle found abandoned and bearing signs of a hasty cleanup further implicated David. DNA evidence from the car's interior placed David at the scene, contradicting his claims of ignorance regarding Nicole's whereabouts. Additionally, the positioning of the driver's seat suggested someone taller than Nicole had last driven the car, aligning with David's physical stature. As the investigation progressed, the digital footprint left by Nicole's cell phone provided a haunting echo of her final hours. Calls made from her phone in the vicinity of David's workplace suggested an attempt to fabricate a timeline, a digital alibi crafted to mislead. The forensic evidence, combined with the analysis of the couple's tumultuous relationship and David's subsequent actions, painted a grim picture of domestic bliss turned fatal. The case against David Pietz was a mosaic of circumstantial and forensic evidence, each piece contributing to an image of a man driven to the ultimate act of betrayal. As the community grappled with the loss of Nicole, the investigation served as a stark reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the sometimes invisible fissures that can lead to tragedy. The pursuit of justice for Nicole became a journey through the darkest aspects of love, loss, and the lengths to which some will go to conceal the truth. In the quiet aftermath of Nicole Pietz's tragic demise, the gears of justice began to turn, albeit slowly, inexorably leading to the arrest of David Pietz. Charged with the second-degree murder of his wife, David's trial was a crucible testing the bounds of forensic science, the endurance of a grieving family, and the community's faith in the legal system. As the courtroom filled with the expectant tension of those seeking closure and justice, the prosecution laid bare the evidence against David, forensic analysis linking him to the crime scene, contradictions in his account of Nicole's last known activities, and a pattern of behavior that painted a portrait of a marriage marred by infidelity and strife. The defense, in turn, mounted a vigorous counter-narrative challenging the reliability of forensic evidence and highlighting the absence of direct evidence tying David to the crime. They portrayed the investigation as one-sided, accusing the authorities of tunnel vision. The jury, however, remained unmoved by the defense's assertions, swayed instead by the compelling circumstantial evidence and the poignant testimonies of Nicole's family and friends. After deliberation, the verdict was unanimous. David Pietz was found guilty of second-degree murder. The sentencing was a somber affair, the courtroom heavy with the weight of grief and the finality of justice served. David was sentenced to 18 years in prison, a decision that, while bringing legal closure to the case, did little to mend the hearts of those Nicole left behind. Her family, though grateful for the verdict, was left to grapple with the irrevocable loss of a woman whose life was cut tragically short. Nicole Pietz's life, marked by her struggles, triumphs, and untimely death, leaves behind a legacy of resilience and the bitter truth of betrayal. Her journey from the depths of addiction to the precipice of a new beginning, only to be thwarted by violence, speaks to the fragility of life and the shadows that lurk behind the facade of normalcy. The trial and conviction of David Pietz serve as a testament to the pursuit of justice, a beacon of hope for families ensnared in the anguish of similar tragedies. Yet, Nicole's story is more than a chapter closed by a court's verdict. It is a call to action, a reminder of the need for vigilance and support for victims of domestic violence and the families left in the wake of such losses. Her story urges us to foster a community where safety is not a privilege but a guarantee, where the signs of distress are met with immediate action, and where the memories of those we've lost become the foundation for change. As we reflect on Nicole's life and the impact of her story, let us commit to being the sentinels of our communities, to supporting organizations dedicated to aiding victims of domestic violence, and to ensuring that Nicole's legacy is one of hope, action, and enduring change. In her memory, may we strive to create a world where no other life is so tragically taken, where justice prevails, and where peace is a promise kept to all.